Good day, YouTube. Just a bit of a quick and fun video today on a couple of versions of Linux. One called Linux FX, the other called Windows FX. And no surprises here. What they're actually doing is trying to basically rip off, the look and feel of Windows. So on the left-hand side, we've got Linux FX 10.x, which means it's trying to attempt to copy Windows 10, and it's doing it pretty successfully. So you've got your backdrop, which isn't hard to emulate or copy on any operating system. Then you got your start menu with those dark color accents or tones. You've got your file manager here, which is it's got all the same icons. It looks really cool, very Windows 10ish. That kind of thing there. And Windows FX 11 even goes a bit of a step further here. Now, we've got our start menu, which is actually centered, just like Windows 11, but since this is all sort of cropped out and I'm comparing the two videos, it doesn't look like a centered menu just yet. It's got, your search menus for things, so very Windows 11-esque. You probably haven't, Windows 11 is pretty new, I think still in beta. I don't know, this isn't actually a Windows channel, but it is very new in the least, and it looks, strikingly similar to it, for sure, in my experiences there. It even runs Microsoft Edge, the real genuine copy of it, so that's pretty cool. It even runs Microsoft Teams, which you can't see there, but if we load it up, we'll see it, which is also the genuine copy there as well, just built for the Linux platform. Now, in speaking of the Linux platform, let's jump into the back end and let's have a look at the under the hood there. So these are actually both based off Ubuntu, the long-term service release. So you're getting updates for 5 years, both software and security updates, which is just great, just fantastic. Linux FX, or Windows 10 in quotation marks there, is it's running on the 5.13 kernel, whereas Windows FX 11 is currently running on our older but more stable kernel 5.11 there. Now, here's where things start to kind of depart. Where for Windows 10, it's ripping off Windows 10 itself, or Linux FX. You get what I'm meaning, hopefully. It's doing it through the Cinnamon desktop environment, or really seeming to there. So it's using Cinnamon to do so, whereas on the right hand side we're actually running the KDE Plasma desktop environment to rip it off. So they're basically just both desktop environments that can be customized really any way that you want. I mean, this is Linux, so that's just the case there, and they've both been able to do a pretty good copy there as well. And I've done a check, and these are the exact same icons as in Windows, and it's those little touches that really make a difference there. Let's jump maybe to the back end a little bit more there and see how much RAM and whatnot we're using. So nothing's really loaded in the background except for the operating systems itself. They're both running at about 1 gig of RAM, which is great. That's really fantastic. As opposed to a real Windows 10 or a real Windows 11, which is not these, of course, would be running at about 1.5 to 2 gigabytes of RAM on boot up once you've loaded up all the drivers and stuff that you need to with Windows usually. So a lot more lightweight in comparison. So what you might use these operating systems for is probably for your mum or your dad or your baby boomer parents or your baby boomer sister, or depending on how old you are. They might just want something, a look and feel that's quite familiar, that's more secure than Windows with executable files running rampant and viruses everywhere. There's just such a small attack vector still for viruses on Linux, or to some degree Mac as well, which is a Unix backend. So yeah, maybe just something simple, something that someone wants a simple, familiar system. I want to get into something here with the menu options, or the options for apps in this one. So this is really where it gets interesting. You've got Microsoft Word. As long as you've got an account, you can do Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, the whole Office suite online, which is cool. So that means that was actually a problem trying to run Microsoft Office, the suite, in any Linux distro before. This is becoming less and less of an issue, or an issue to actually run Linux as your full-time daily driver or as an operating system, because you can indeed, run it, just through the web browser these days, if that is enough for you. And most people, it will be. Even at work, I run it through the web browser sometimes. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to give you a super simple, quick, fun video to show you what's the go here. It's a couple of copycats. Super funny to me, but hey, this could actually be useful for someone, like I say, older generation that's familiar with the interface. So thanks for watching, guys. Please leave a comment, subscribe, hit that like button, and I hope to see all of you guys there in the next one.